So I moved here to the Dallas area from Kansas City just about a year and a half ago. When I came down here to Texas, God blessed me with getting put into a field where they really, office that really pushed me to become very successful in my field at a very young age. So very thankful for that. But even after a year of that, my career being better than what I expected it would be at this age, and I wasn't happy though, and I didn't have that inner peace that I really been looking for. And but I was going to church and praying, and really improving that, but I just wasn't getting involved enough, and I had some things weighing on me as well. And so one day randomly went to church, and in the newsletter, this church I haven't even been to before, and in their newsletter they had this Forged Men's group, and I was like, oh, awesome. I've been trying to make some new friends here, during COVID and everything. It's kind of hard, and not to mention, if just as an adult, it's harder to make friends in a new area. And I wanted some good impact friends that really centered around God and everything. So I got involved in the church. I got involved in the men's group, and it was great. One of the guys, Malcolm, who's the leader in the church, he asked me, became good friends with him through the men's group, and he asked me to get involved with some of the youth ministry programs and working with like middle schoolers. And I was like, heck yes, of course I want to get involved. I love that. We did like a little weekend retreat. We started off with just some prayer and everything, get to know each other, and then we got into adoration, and then Malcolm said there was going to be a confession too, and that started to my anxiety was like, uh-oh, it's going to be a confession now. And I'm like, oh. I was like, but I'm like, this is the time. I've been thinking about going to confession for so long, but I kept thinking like, I'm not worthy enough. Things have done wrong. I'm like, and I grew up in small town Kansas, so sometimes the priest there can be a little hard. It's another little side thing that makes you a bit nervous. Like, am I going to do it right? Am I going to mess up on my act of contrition? So I probably said the act of contrition 1,000 times, from over the past few years building up to, and I haven't been doing confession in years. And I just decided, I was like, this is it. God is speaking to me. He has gotten me involved in this great community of people. And now the confession is here. And it couldn't be any simpler, but I was still anxiety. During the adoration, I'm praying. I let some other people go ahead of me to the confession. Then I decided, all right, now's the time. I prayed asking for a good confession. And when I went in with the priest, it was better than I ever expected. The priest, he is just a normal guy. Not all this build up of what we think, they're gonna drill you or anything. No, it was like a talk, and I felt, I was just kind of emotional during my confession, and just was able to just unload it and just all the weight off my chest. And he just talked to me and afterwards, and it was way better than I ever expected, and gave me some great advice that was just smack perfect for me. And then afterwards, I kind of knew my anxiety was not anxiety, but emotion, like happy emotion. After I felt really good, but I was like, now it's time to go pray right afterwards, And so I kind of went to the corner when they had the music playing and everything. The music was great, music always speaks to my heart. So I went and started praying, and the next day, actually, side note, the next day we had a speaker come, and he had a slide come up about what it's like when the Holy Spirit comes over you. And I'm not kidding you, I felt every single one of those bullet points on his slide. I felt all the emotion come over me. I felt like I had this it felt like this cool breeze come inside of me, like I could take this big deep breath. And I kneeled down and had my hand in my hands like this, just praying. And I, not gonna lie, I had some tears, and just it felt so good. I was just so thankful, and the Holy Spirit really did come over me at that moment. And man, gosh, it was such an amazing feeling. And afterwards, I had this such drive to go pray. Any lackadaisicness, where you just drag your feet along with your religion and stuff. I had so much drive to read the Bible. I was like, I have to get not enough hours in the day to read the Bible, pray now. I gave myself new goals of praying and reading the Bible every day and getting more involved with the church, and I just was so driven after all that. It just a game changer for me, to where I thought I was already doing well, but now it's even better. And so my biggest suggestion to anybody is take that big leap. God knows that's a big deal, that you do these things, and it is so worth it. It was the best feeling I've ever can have, and I'm just so excited for what's to come now. Just really open up your heart to God. Go to confession. It's better than you can imagine. You know, yes, it's hard, you know, especially when it's been, for me, years. But then I did the second one, follow up the following week, or a couple weeks later, and it's just better and better. You know, I really go after it, go get it. You know, just go do it. You're going to be so happy you did, and you know it's going to be good. You know, you be healthy in every aspect of your life. You try to be. You know, you need to be same with your soul. You know, go confession and really get yourself on the right path and open up your heart to God, and don't be scared. Thank you very much. I hope this really helps a lot of people and really helps you get after it. Thanks.